The following program is presented by Pro Sound and Video.
Hello and welcome to Broward Teen News. I'm Kayla Diane and we're here from West Broward High School, here to give you the greatest and latest news from young journalists all over the country. Even during this time of uncertainty, we are still pushing to create quality content. Stay tuned to hear about a local store helping people get what they need during a pandemic, a cocktail party to combat hunger awareness, and much more. But first, let's hear about a local farmers market making a difference by selling local and organic goods. Andrea Guzman can serve you the facts.
In the heart of Southwest Ranches is a farmers market that differs from most. While most offer just local produce, the pharmacy goes above and beyond by serving not only local, but also organic goods.
So we offer a variety of products, mostly local and mostly organic. So organic produce is basically things that have been grown without any chemicals. So we really want our customers to feel like they're eating something healthy, and they are.
We're all about a healthy lifestyle, and what we put in our body is very important. So I believe putting in organic stuff, our body's going to function at its optimum potential. Besides from the chemicals and all the hormones and stuff, that's not what our body's meant to have inside of it.
Not only does this farmers market give insight to what the customers are putting into their bodies, but they also provide this information with the utmost care. The staff constantly comes up to the shoppers and makes sure that they find exactly what they're looking for.
I've been to a lot of other ones besides this one being super close to my house. Everyone's really nice here. They ask me if we need anything, going out of our way to order things. So I really appreciate this place. I think that we need more places like this so people can be aware of the chemicals and hormones and other foods and how harmful it is for our body.
With the knowledge of the employees, shoppers are sure to make a change in their lifestyle. Through word of mouth, the pharmacy is sure to be one of South Florida's best farmers markets. For WBTV, this has been Andrea Guzman.
Well, that sure looked delicious. I can't wait to try that for myself. Moving forward, let's take a look at Orange Ribbons for Jaime, an organization who keeps the memory of a lost life by doing what Jaime loved the most, dancing. Talia Kaplan can give you the details.
Orange Ribbons for Jaime remembers the life of Jaime Guttenberg, one of the precious lives that were prematurely taken from us during the MSD tragedy. The organization now focuses on honoring Jaime's legacy and spreading awareness of the issues the world faces to potentially change the future of our country.
This specific event that Orange Ribbons for Jaime is putting on, I think is really special because it takes a lot of Jaime's passions, having a good time, partying, dancing, all of that.
I want to be here supporting this event because Jaime is one of my best friends. We're all here and the whole community gets together to honor her and know who Jaime was and what she stands for now.
Although it was short, Jaime used her life for the benefit of others. Constantly trying to make the best out of the worst, she was always encouraging her peers.
I was Jaime's teacher since she was 9 years old. Jaime meant a lot to me. She meant more to me than just a student. Jaime was a daughter, in a sense, to me, like a dance daughter. But I did Jaime's first solo. And so to me, she was even more special because we had a special bond when I would help her build her confidence in that solo. So she wasn't just my student, she was the dance daughter.
Even though she isn't here with us, Jaime doesn't fail to have a positive effect on all the lives she touched and everyone that hears about her.
I was in the room with 50 children and had to tell them what happened. And so I'll never forget that day. And I'll never forget what happened to Jaime. But the thought of her being alone and not having any of us to save her is probably the worst thought that I could ever have for the rest of my life. So forever, whatever I could do for Jaime and the Guttenbergs, I will do.
Jaime to me was my best friend. She was the person I did everything with. And when you hear that you're not gonna have that person in your life anymore, you kind of feel like your whole world is just gonna tumble apart.
Jaime has left a legacy that is bigger than herself. Her life now serves as a reminder to never forget about the lives lost due to gun violence. And thanks to Orange Ribbons for Jamie, that message is sure not to get lost. For WBTV, I'm Talia Kaplan.
That sure was touching. It's so nice to see what the community is doing to keep the memory of Jaime alive. We've had the pleasure of working with some of the best journalism students around the country. Some of our friends at CCNN got the chance to see what it really is like for elderly people dealing with the pandemic. Let's take it to them to see what they found out.
With the coronavirus reaching 2 million cases worldwide, it has become quite the concern for many here in the Miami area. One main concern being its elderly population.
Well, I feel a little bit nervous since I'm 74 years old. And according to the experts, older people like me are most vulnerable to the virus.
And with this concern for the older population, many in the younger generation are concerned as well.
Well, for me, I'm very concerned about the coronavirus. The severity of what's been happening, it makes me even more concerned for the elderly. They're at a much higher risk.
Well, I'm staying at home most of the time. If I need to go out for any reason, for food, medicine, or anything, I would wear my mask, I would wear gloves, and try to stay away from people, at least 6 or 7 feet away, and just try to keep safe. Just do what we are instructed to do.
And as many older individuals like Francisco continue to protect themselves from the virus, he, along with many others, hopes this pandemic will soon come to a close. For CCNN Live, I'm Jason Corbett, reporting.
March 22nd, 1972, the Equal Rights Amendment declared the same liberties among all American citizens, regardless of sex. It seeks to end all types of discrimination under law in terms of employment, wage, and any opportunity a male can partake in. What day will this law be taken seriously? The art of filmmaking. Who are your favorite filmmakers, directors, producers, editors, cinematographers? Now, how many of those are actually women? Dr. Martha N. Lawson conducted a study of women in television and film and publicizes that women are accounted for merely 8% of directors, 26% of producers, 21% of editors, 4% of cinematographers. The numbers disclose that trying to squeeze a spot in the film industry as a woman is extremely difficult. The New York Times writer Marie Dowd reveals over 100 female actresses, executives, and filmmakers reported that they have been entirely shut out from windows of opportunity that were open for their male associates. Even in the slightest chance that women can land a position in the studio, the gap between male and female pay is absolutely devastating. Several economicists affirm that male Hollywood stars' incomes include 1.1 million more than female stars with absolutely the same equal experience. American actress Patricia Arquette in her 2015 Oscar speech protests for wage equality once and for all, with critically acclaimed actors Meryl Streep and Natalie Portman advocating her testimony. The world desperately needs to endorse more female directors, filmmakers, and cinematographers at award ceremonies so that those on screen can be a light of hope to young girls watching around the globe. At the same time, we must authenticate equality to those women already on set. The world needs more females in frame. For WBTV, this has been Rain Jones reporting.
It's great to see that we're giving back to the community any way we can. I got to hang out with a good friend of mine who is chasing dreams of becoming a firefighter just like his father. I can't blame him. Getting to suit up and save lives in your community sounds like fun to me. Kayla Mason can tell us more.
All a young boy wants to be when they grow up is a shadow of their father, if not better. Justin Molinary is no exception. As long as he can remember, his father has displayed his commitment to the community, both on call and at home.
Well, in a firefighter's daily life, really, we're firefighters 24/7. We're not just firefighters when we come to the station. We're role models, and we also act in that same way when we're off duty.
Ever since I was a child, I look up to my dad. My dad's my hero. He's been my hero since I can remember. In my eyes, he's the coolest dad in the world. Just seeing him be so selfless and caring towards the community, and it motivates me to become a better version of him.
With this mindset, Justin strives to learn as many qualities his father possesses and applies it to everyday life. Taking from what he has learned from his father, he's able to brush it off with his peers.
I want him to be a leader, and the way I try to instill that in him is I want him to follow me as far as when I come to the station and the way I treat people and the way I run calls. He learns by watching me the way I work here. When he comes here to the station, it's not that my dad works at the fire station so I can do whatever I want. I try to make him be his own person. He's got to prove himself that he's a hard worker.
So Justin's been a role model to me in several ways. Every so often I'll go visit him at the fire station, and he's always working. Like, he's always trying to see what he can do and how he can help out his fellow cadets. At school, he's a part of a bunch of organizations, and he's always doing something, whether it's volunteering or working with the fire cadets. He's always at walks, he's always at breast cancer runs.
Justin's involvement does not go unnoticed. With one of his friends not having the same privileges as he has, he's only able to inspire.
I think people just have this general idea that role models have to be someone older than you, like a grandparent or a parent for that matter. Instead, I like to see a role model as someone I can just look up to, someone who is always on top of their things, always on time, always punctual about everything. And I see that in Justin. He's always there for me whenever I need him. And when I was younger, my parents got divorced, so I don't really see my dad as often as I would like to. So I don't really have that constant father figure at home. So I think having Justin as my friend fills that void.
This goes to show that people of all ages can inspire others. All it takes is one role model to create another. For WB-TV, this has been Kayla Diane.
During these times, it's nice that we still have people like Justin Molinary to continue to serve the community. Over in Doral, Firebirds TV recently got to visit Shake a Leg, an organization who focuses on people with disabilities and helps them exercise. Firebirds TV can tell us more.
A big part of the American dream is having the ability to help those in need. Organizations like Shake a Leg Miami have done this for generations by creating a unified and passionate community that helps everyone, including those with physical and economic disabilities.
Working at Shake a Leg, I've seen these kids do incredible things, despite their limitations. Every issue they have, they just overcome it.
Shake a Leg is a nonprofit working with children and adults with physical, developmental, and economic challenges. They incorporate Biscayne-based marine environments to teach them therapeutic sailing, swimming, and kayaking, creating a safe space which encourages its members to reach a feeling of family.
We really do have a sense of community, and we do have a sense of all striving for a common good. You're giving your time and effort to help other people.
Shake a Leg has not only achieved this goal, but along the way has shown members of society its ability to provide knowledge to children who will one day be the future of the country.
Education and knowledge is the key to success, and by teaching them new things or things they never experienced, I think it's very important.
I volunteered throughout the whole summer, and I got to know the kids, and I got to know everyone who was working here. And it was a changing experience for me because, I saw these kids who, some of them at the beginning of the summer were scared to go in the water. So to see people become comfortable with something they weren't, or grow like that, to me was one of the best things I could have seen at the time.
This nonprofit's employees value exposure as a way for participants to grow and develop into more confident members of society.
These people who would have not originally had these opportunities can now do things that they wouldn't have been able to see themselves doing otherwise, and I'm really happy that we're able to provide that for them.
The impact that this organization has brought to the community has inspired people to help people, and they encourage you to do the same. Signing off for Firebirds TV, I'm Maria Gonzalez reporting.
As the new year rolls in, people list resolutions in hopes to better themselves. Of course, these goals are tailor-made for every type of person, whether it be a business or strengthening relationships. Here at the Cat Cafe, meditation and level-headedness are the focal points for the new year.
You know what, in January especially, we reevaluate our lives. Getting some meditation in, especially with these cats, I don't know, it gives you really positive energy. It just gets you, I guess, focused better.
I'm in my mind a lot. I overthink everything. My husband calls me Concernicus, and so just being here and letting things go and being able to find a quiet place to not be overthinking constantly is wonderful.
With the use of meditation, people are able to clear their mind and welcome more positive thoughts, allowing them to focus on any task they need to complete. The meditation also plays its role on the cats themselves.
It does change the cats. Sometimes we almost always have one or two cats that really get into it. It's like Andy was the star today, the white cat. That was unusual for him. He got returned, he got adopted and got returned, so he has not been all that great with other cats. And he was a star today.
A wonderful group of cats, all different personalities. Their warmth and their great energy, it just, I don't know, it enriches your life in so many different ways.
Through the opportunities and experiences offered at the Cat Cafe, people are able to enter the new year with a more relaxed and calm state of mind, while giving the rescue cats a new chance at a better life. This allows their new year to be filled with mindfulness and free from negative thoughts and feelings. For WBTV, this has been Tyler Cohen.
Volunteering at a place like that is sure to be a great time. Hunger is a problem that has been neglected and overlooked enough. That's why the Mobile Schools Pantry cocktail party exists. To give this topic all the time and attention it deserves, and to help our community while simultaneously keeping it healthy, Sophie Reese can serve the details.
Mobile School Pantry Sano to Hunger cocktail party is held annually to bring awareness to how prevalent the issue of hunger is in the community. Anyone who is able to attend can see just how passionate everyone involved is towards combating hunger.
So tonight is our Just Say No to Hunger cocktail party. It's our 5th annual, and we are creating awareness about the issues of hunger. Last month it was Hunger Action Month, and we decided to take it even further than just 1 month, and we decided to go orange in October. So we feel that we should be having these conversations about hunger every day.
Bringing light to how many people in our surrounding neighborhoods are going hungry, this event shows just how important solving the issue is.
So something like food is so basic. You and I may think of, I'm hungry, I'm going to go get something to eat. And most families in our community, actually 70% of the families we serve, report making $25,000 annually a year. Well, if you think about it, how could you afford to pay for all your expenses when you make so little? So I think when you see the working poor struggling to put food on their table for their children, it's shameful. It's almost, it's heartbreaking, because these are families who are working. These are families who are working but barely able to get by because they're making minimum wage.
This really is for families. Mobile School Pantry is really for families, and hunger is such an issue because children can't learn if they're hungry. They're distracted, and they need food to feed their brains. So Mobile School Pantry is doing an amazing job, and we're so fortunate to have them in our community.
This particular event is different than any other. Mobile School Pantry became a farmer's market on wheels for children and families in need, and there are big plans in store.
So we now, with our Mobile School Pantry bus, which is going to be hitting the road in January 2020, we're working out, the new model and how she's going to be able to feed our community. So our vision is to add new schools and expand in the next 2 years to Miami-Dade. Right now we service just Broward County in our schools, so we're going to expand it. We're going to expand it to Miami-Dade. We're hoping to expand to Palm Beach, and we're hoping to really grow this organization now that we have our beautiful bus, take it to everywhere that we can.
The community's much better because of the things that Mobile School Pantry is doing. They bring healthy food to the people, and they're able to stay in their community to get some items that they are needed.
Now more than ever, Mobile School Pantry will be able to combat hunger. The bus is a more efficient way of reaching their goals, and the impact it will have on people will be everlasting. For WBTV, I'm Sophie Reese reporting.
Thank you, Sophie. I can't wait to go next year. Our friends at Christopher Columbus went to visit a local farmers market that helps people get what they need during COVID-19. This is a story that I really can't wait to hear. CCNN can give you the scoop.
Open for more than 50 years, Farm Stores Market is giving an outlet to many in the Miami community to stock up on their most crucial needs during this outbreak.
Fortunately, we've been in a situation where we've been able to help the community, help customers get what they need. And, luckily we're in a position where we have a drive-through. Contact with the employees in the stores is minimized. And obviously that just, it became the right thing at the right time.
Normally, we have a good amount of people coming to the store, but with the quarantine, I've seen a lot more clientele here. The flux of people has just increased exponentially for us.
And that flux of people is being caused by Farm Store's unique business model of a drive-through grocery store. Locals are taking notice of this convenience through its unconventional style.
Essentially, what you have to do is try to stay away from as many people as possible. Therefore, when you're in your car, you're pretty much going to be only contacting one person.
And while Farm Stores is providing for the community, they are also increasing their profit margins during the crisis.
Nobody wants to ever say that business is going well in a crisis. Everybody's hiring, we're hiring too. Business is definitely up, volume is up. It's giving us a lot of exposure to new customers.
Profits are not the main priority for Farm Stores though. They plan on being open throughout this entire pandemic, giving Miami residents the food they need to get through this difficult time. For CCNN Live, I'm Kevin Reyes.
That farmer's market might be worth a visit. Firebirds TV is back with another package that is sure to have you smiling. They were able to take a look at Vito's Bakery, a small, family-owned business that is not only surviving, but thriving. Firebirds TV can give you more.
In the last decades, large businesses have caused mom-and-pop shops to die down. However, in towns like Miami Springs, which are full of history, customers have continued to come and buy their cafecito at small family-owned businesses that are built from the ground up.
We're just like a local shop, mom and pop shop, and then we know a lot of the customers. It's very like family. I've also heard a lot of people who grew up coming here and then they'll bring their kids, and then I think it's nice to continue that.
Vito's is a family-owned and operated bakery. Mr. Vito started the bakery in 1989. With the help of his twin daughters, Tiffany and Eileen Gomez, he grew the business into a neighborhood favorite.
About 5 years ago, their father died. He was the guy that made this place happen, and they've transformed this place to what it is today.
Tiffany and Eileen took over the business in 2014 after their father's death and have added some of their own touches to the menu and the bakery while keeping their father's vision alive.
It's always been here, Vito's Bakery, and we used to come in here. Then I heard the man passed away, and then I said, oh my goodness, it's going to close, what a shame. But no, the girls decided, or the family members decided to push forward and make it happen again, and I give them so much credit for that.
People are what drives cultures, and it's needed, like you said, it's needed in the neighborhood. This is an example of stepping forward and making something out of nothing.
As times continue to change, it is important to preserve small restaurants like Vito's Bakery. Signing off for Fiber TV, I'm Maria Gonzalez reporting.
Well, that about wraps it up from us here at West Broward. I'm Kayla Diane, and if you want to see stories like these and more, make sure you like our Broward Teen News Facebook page. See you next time.
Broward Teen News was brought to you by ProSound and Video.